number speed run to obtain a number as quick as possible. Easy. One night with me and I will change your views. Hope you've got a good pair of scissors to remove my Nazi armband. And then never message me again. What is going on, people? This video is long overdue. Basically, this is going to be dating app conversations, like breaking them apart, breaking them down, and just going over through some like rejections and some other things, getting girls' numbers, etc, etc. Because for some reason, you guys like it. I'm actually a nice guy, but the viewers demand this kind of content, so this is what I'm bringing to you. The hierarchy of dating apps. The three main dating apps are Bumble, Hinge, and Tinder. Everyone's heard of Tinder. Bumble and Hinge, not so much. We'll start with the worst of the dating apps. I'm gonna say it's probably Tinder. There are a few gems on Tinder, but the quality, the standard on Tinder is very low. Where I come from in the southwest of the UK, a lot of the people on there look like something from a film, Hills Have Eyes, or the Chuck from the Goonies.
I love you, Chuck.
So Tinder, very bottom, number 3. Number 2, I would say, this is gonna surprise you, is Bumble. Bumble is kind of where all the psycho crazy horse girls go that like wanna marry you, lock you down in relationships. The good thing about it is that you can send voice notes. A lot of people have never received voice notes, especially on Bumble. They don't even know that you can send them. At the top of the dating app hierarchy list, and this one really surprised me because I wasn't a fan when I first got it, is Hinge. Hinge is great because it has a sick algorithm. So I think the algorithm that gets you matches, it knows your type. So like, I definitely do not have a type that's blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I have no idea why. It's just blue eyes, man. I don't know what it is. They just fucking melt my soul. Like, I love eyes. Like, I love to pick them out of the victims when they've passed. Let's fucking go. Right, Tinder is literally dead. No. Something about edgy photos I just love. Yeah, we will match. I've got you. So the algorithm on Hinge is really good. We've updated the profile. Let's go through a profile of the Hinge accounts as well. I think the narcissistic mirror self is to scare people off. So we want like content that's more like applicable to everyone. So we got on side profile shot, not topless. So we're not like showing we're a complete narcissist straight away. We're hiding that, like the Patrick Bateman. We're hiding the narcissism behind the mask. Then my first question is most spontaneous thing I've done. I once spontaneously ordered the fried sweet chili chicken wrap from McDonald's where I normally order the grilled. It's obviously not that spontaneous, so it's like taking the piss, shows sarcasm, I have a sense of humor. Next one is me skydiving, which kind of is complete contrast to like the boring thing, just to really like drill it in that I'm fun. Then bam, number 3, right, we have got this like topless photo looking jack, shad, shredded. I'm also got some weird thing on my leg, which is obviously like a unique selling point. Like, I think you can use your insecurities as your strengths. I'm attracted to weird girls. That one gets quite a lot of hits, but surprisingly, the most spontaneous thing I've done one literally gets more likes than anything on my account at the minute. Photo of me surfing, photo of me clearly off my face and drugs with my friend Tom, who's also clearly off his face and drugs as well. So this is kind of like the fun weeder outer. Let's start with a conversational fail. This girl, right, replied to my rap question, and she opened me with, Jesus Christ, you're out of control. So I put, mate, you're fucking mental. You should unmatch me right now for your own good. And she was like, ha ha ha, I like a challenge. So I said, yeah, you like a challenge? In her profile, she put, you should not go out with me if you're a Tory, meaning that if you're right wing. So I said, you think you can convert me from a far right wing extremist to a Jeremy Corbyn loving soy boy? Just to clarify, I don't vote. I know it's bad, but I think all politicians are pretty fucking stupid. There's no one party that I actually like relate with. So I go, you think you can convert me from a far right-wing extremist to a Jeremy Corbyn loving soy boy? She goes, easy. One night with me and I will change your views. So that reply was fantastic. Like, I should have sealed the deal then. Instead, for some reason, I wanted to see how far I could take this. So I said, hope you've got a good pair of scissors to remove my Nazi armband. At which point she said, fucking hell, bit dark. And then never messaged me again. The moral of the story here is, kids, is when you get, like, when the fruit is ripe, pick it. This girl, right, she's pretty cute. Oh no, she's got the no to drugs. When they have like no to smoking, no to drugs, it actually puts me off them because it's like, it just signals to me that they're closed-minded. I know it's not that deep, but like, I just don't like people that aren't willing to, that are just like, no. So even though I don't smoke, I'm not gonna say, no, I hate smoking. Like, you can do what you fucking like with your life. Like, if we go on a date, I don't give a shit if you smoke. It's really not that deep. I don't give a shit if you turn up off your face and drugs. Like, it'd be pretty funny. So this gal goes, are you training skydiving? I go, nah, I just hate my life. Jump out of planes and hope for the best. absolutely no idea what I'm doing. She goes, thought you needed to be strapped to someone if you weren't qualified in skydiving. And I was like, no, you don't. But it will probably be your first and last skydive, and maybe that's sarcasm, kiss kiss. Thought it might have been sarcasm, but sadly can never tell over messages, especially when you don't know the person. I was like, this is true, I just assume the worst from everyone. Then I said to her, want to go skydiving? I was literally gonna be like, take a skydiving in the video. She goes, absolutely not, no chance you're getting me to jump out of a plane. And then I said, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I don't know, maybe dying. You can trip over your shoelaces, you can die crossing the road. When you're lying on your deathbed, 90-year-old self will wish you did more fun shit. All right, she talked about snails' teeth, this girl. I asked her how weird she was, and she said, I feel like knowing that snails have over 1,000 teeth, 10,000 teeth is a start to my weirdness. Like, that's just too far. That kind of grosses me out. Why do you know about the number of teeth that a snail has? The one thing you should know about me is I'm bad at texting, call me. And I bet you're bad at calling as well. And she said, no, I love a long call. So I'm gonna say, you're all talk. What's your number? I will call you right now. This girl, right, said, you should not go out with me if you hate an Irish accent. Super cute, got really, really nice blue eyes. Looks like a really sweet and innocent, nice person. I don't know why I'm just drawn to this. And then I replied to it going, I hate an Irish accent, but the blue eyes probably balance it out. She'll put, well, you'll hate me so. Then I put, yeah, but there's other ways of communicating, such as sign language, WhatsApp, that funky iComputer talking thing that Stephen Hawking used to use. At this point, I just don't give a fucking damn, as you can see by how weird my conversations are. And she goes, so you're really not a fan at all, are you? And then I was like, oh, she doesn't get it. I feel mean. And I don't want to actually think that, like, I hate her when I don't even know this person. So I was like, nah, I'm just being horrible. I'm indifferent to Irish accents. I actually quite like Irish accents. I think they're cute. I say, I think I'm accentless, not very exciting. She goes, so I'm setting myself up to get a number. She goes, I highly doubt that, ha ha ha. I think I'm accentless, but apparently not the case at all. So I could go straight for the number. What's your number? Or send you a voice note, but I might play it out a little bit longer. So I will get her number, mark my words, but I'm gonna draw it out just to kind of guarantee it because she seems like a little bit shy and reserved. I bet you have the thickest Irish accent where I can only understand every other word. Number speedrun to obtain a number as quick as possible. This girl, she liked my story about the chicken wrap. She goes, that's really something impressive, maybe even more so than skydiving. I say, some say impressive, others say reckless. I live a dangerous life. She goes, let's be reckless together, maybe even order something else from a menu. I say, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Sounds pretty crazy to me. So I'm not like, yeah, let's go on a date. Then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested. So I say, what items are we thinking? She goes, let's go wild and get a burger. Fries are feeling really crazy. Then she says, I'll be dessert. So I'm in, like, I've done pretty well. And the obvious thing to say would be like, oh my God, like, I would love to eat you as dessert or something like that. She's literally handed herself to me on a plate. So I've gone with the opposite response to what she expects. Slow down, fries might be too crazy for me. We'll get fries if you hold my hand. So I've literally like completely ignored that when most lads would be like drooling over it. And she's probably gonna be thinking like, hang on, like, why has this guy ignored that? Anyway, she goes, okay, maybe just slow down and work your way up to some chips. I'll hold your hand if you hold mine. And then I say, sounds like a date. What's your number? Secured number. Blagged in like 1, 2, 3, 4 messages. Beautiful. Oh, but it's easy if you look like a Greek god. It is. Good thing I look like a fucking Greek god. Okay, so here's another one. She replied about the rap. The spontaneous like rap thing is the ultimate Hinge question, clearly. And then I was like, she was like, which one's better? And I was like, obviously the one that's absolutely terrible for you and the one you know you shouldn't have, like a little bit cheeky there. That's always the better one. Then she's like, that's very true. Always want what you shouldn't have. Blah, 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 blah. She's a physiotherapist and has a stethoscope in her picture. And I was like, why do you have a stethoscope as a physiotherapist? Physiotherapist, do you listen to the sound of knees to see how badly they're creaking? And then she was like, that wouldn't be a bad idea to be fair. But no, I'm actually currently a respiratory physio, so lungs and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, my hips creak sometimes, it's really unattractive. What's the fix for this then? And she's like, sounds like you have stiff hips, so stretch. So I said, what kind of stretches do I need to do for my OAP hips? It's not very sexy when you can't thrust without your hips sounding like they're going to detach. I actually did have an experience a couple of days ago. Every time I thrust in, both of my hips would click. And I was like, am I like a fucking 90-year-old man or something? So then she says, I'll teach you some stretches. I'm like, only if like this happens, just to prove, just like, so it's like still push-pull. I'm not like chasing after her. And then she goes, I can't promise any spiritual enlightenment, I'm afraid, because I said only if you promised to make me spiritually enlightened afterwards. So fair play on her part, like pulling away from me. Then I was like, at least you don't sell false promises. Sounds like a date to fix my OAP hip. So it's like not too serious, it's still a joke. It sounds like a date because, it's this because, like what's your number because. So I say, what's your number? Gives you a number, absolutely fantastic. And what a legend, what a nice girl. Here is one that went down absolutely terribly. So this gal's got a photo, right? Don't tell me. Oh no, it's still there. This gal's got a photo, right, and it's got someone's foot. It's got someone's foot in the background. I was looking like for an opener that I could like use. So I was like, that is a well nice foot in your first picture. Whose is it? Only match to find this out. She goes, right. Sorry, I don't remember the foot. So I was like, nah, I think it's the left foot to be honest, not a right. Then I was like, that's a shame. Guess I'll have to speak to you instead then. And then she didn't reply. Either I'm a piece of shit, or she thought that I actually had some weird thing for feet. I do not. She had in her profile, vodka, Diet Coke don't deserve the slander, meaning that vodka and Diet Coke is like okay to drink. I put Coke Zero, like correcting her. She goes, oh wow, even better. I go, also vodka needs to be replaced with rum. What kind of drunk are you? Depends what kind of night you catch me on. I was like making a fist in the first photo, drinks vodka. I'm gonna go with violent drunk, potential domestic abuser. Probably not good to bring that up straight away when you don't know someone. She goes, I like to think I'm more of a flirty drunk than a violent drunk. I promise I'm not a domestic abuser. Guess you'll have to get me drunk since that's the only way to prove it. And then I go, flirty sounds better than violent. So I say, promising not to be a domestic abuser sounds like something a domestic abuser would say, to be honest. Trying to entice me in with alcohol as well. She's inviting me to do this and she's like, has to ask me to do this rather than me being like, please come for a drink. And then she goes, yeah, I'm not really doing myself any favors here, am I? So I'm like, absolutely not. Might take you up on that drink if you promise not to beat me. So might take up on that drink if you do this. And then I'm like, what's your number? Might take you up on that drink if you promise not to beat me. Promise I'll be on my best behavior, ha ha ha, and then gave me a number. Beautiful. All right, people, so that was another dating app video. We might have Tinder in the title, even though Tinder is pretty dead. We got some numbers, we got chatting to some girls. I have not forgot about the promise of the crazy video that I made. Let's get a girl skydiving, random girl, let's throw her out of a plane. And I've got some more fun, creative things as well we can do with chicks. If this video does well, we will do more of these, more of this like fun, crazy shit. So drop a comment down below for the algorithm, drop a like if you like the video, drop a dislike if you hate the video, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Anyway, that was me being a horrible, nasty, nasty piece of shit on Hinge. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, I love you to bits. Thank you, good night.